Swampy salutations. As you can see, I have a kitten. Actually, I have two kittens. Just pull them out of my lap. They're so cute. This is Gallium and this one is Copper. Aren't they? I mean, how can a writer go wrong with having kittens? They're so cute. Anyway, today I am doing a little bit of work on stuff and things. But one of the big changes that's happened for me recently is having a corporate job. I am, as I like to call myself, a corporate peon now, meaning that I do a lot of grunt work in writing and marketing for my corporate job. And I'm learning a lot about marketing. I'm learning a lot about teamwork. I probably shouldn't say that too loudly. I thought I just got a text message, but I did not. I am also learning that corporations are really slow. They're really friggin' slow. I work so fast. Like I don't even know what everyone else does all the time, quite frankly. But I have gotten a good amount of work done since I started this company, but I've also been able to kind of balance, which is one of the things I was worried about working for a company, is not being able to balance like time to rest and time to breathe and time to think with the doing the corporate work. But because they all work so slow and because the company moves so slowly, it's much easier for me than I thought it would be. It is still rough going into the office. I'm expending rather a lot more social energy than I had anticipated. But overall, just generally speaking, it's been great. And I have lots of new ideas for my own business when I have time to implement them. So that's interesting as well. I'm also learning about some of the nuances of writing for other people. I mean, I've done a ton of freelance work, so a lot of the stuff I knew, but it's different when you're working with the same person repeatedly. The way I like to think about it is that my boss is my client, and whatever I do, I'm doing to make them happy with the work that I'm producing. And so I try to work with my boss like they're a client, but there are definitely some differences, mainly in that they also want to make everyone else happy, and they are kind of like, it's like the CEO is my boss's client, and my boss is my client. So like it's kind of like this weird dichotomy where you're trying to juggle and balance like a lot of different needs from a company perspective while simultaneously keeping business objectives in mind. And it's kind of complicated. Another thing I've really noticed is that a lot of the feedback I'm getting isn't actually on my work, which is weird. A lot of it is on things that other people in the organization told me I needed to change because my boss wouldn't like it. And this is complicated because my boss has told me, if someone tells you to do something and you disagree with it, push back. But a lot of the stuff is so subjective. It's like, I don't care, like I don't care if it's phrased this way or that way. And, if you like it better this way, I don't want to expend the energy to argue with you. And I don't think there is a better way or a worse way necessarily. I don't think that the way my boss thinks about it is inherently better than the way someone else thinks about it in the organization, but they are the one that has to own it. They're the one that has to put their name on it. Um, and so if they want it a certain way, then that's the way that we should do it, not this coworker's way or that coworker's way. So a lot of times I'll draft something and I'll edit it a few times and then I'll send it to, my team partners or whatever you want to call them in corporate speak, and have them look at it, and they'll give me feedback and I'll go through and make some adjustments based on that feedback, and then my boss will read it and then they'll be like, you need to change this. and it's the thing that the other person told me to change. And I think that that's really interesting. I don't think it means that the work that I'm producing is inherently good or better than what my um coworker would have wanted. But it does make it complicated to feel like I'm doing the right thing, because there is really no such thing as the right thing, but everyone else thinks there is. So, c'est la vie. I don't know if that's the appropriate use for that phrase, but we're gonna throw it in right there. Anyway, in my own work, I am working on Wilt and Wayne book 2, Sablewood book 2. Forget what I called it. Very exciting. It's fun. I'm having fun with it. And then I'm also been doing a lot because my job at work involves SEO. Okay. Um, and marketing. A lot of what I've been doing is trying to apply my learnings and my knowledge from my corporate job to my blog and my website. So I've been doing a lot more blogging. I'm scheduling things out, um, working on improving the quality of my website in terms of like SEO. I've even considered completely rebuilding my site, but it'd be a lot of work. I've also thought about taking just my how-to content, like how to write stuff, how to write taglines for authors, and how to write, I don't know, whatever I have on there at the end of a book, and transferring it over to its own site, um, and maximizing the SEO value of that site and just putting Google ads on it and seeing if I can make any money on it. But I just don't really want to. So I probably won't. I'd rather work on writing books, which I think is perfectly fair. I think that's perfectly fair. So, Copper, I wish you would calm down and just nap. I know you're tired, but you could just keep running all over me. Such a good kitty. You're so cute. I love kittens. And I love cats. I'm such a cat lady. These guys have just, I love them so much. Anyway, so outside of that, we got goats and chickens and stuff, so we're just trying to settle in a little bit more with our new lifestyle and all our new animals. My friend and her kid moved in with us, so it's been really nice having extra people around. Um, but it does take up time that I didn't expect it to take necessarily. Another thing that has been interesting trying to figure out, is technically we moved to this new house in March, but um it feels like we're still moving in, and I know we're not. Like, we have I think 95% of our boxes unpacked, and the things that aren't unpacked are things that are probably just going to stay in boxes indefinitely, things that we're storing, not necessarily things that need to be unpacked. And so that's done, but there's a lot of stuff like getting furniture and fixing things to our preferences and painting rooms. So this room was pink before. Yep, I'm not really a pink loving person. It probably doesn't surprise you. Swamp hag ceiling over here. But I love the green with the wood beams. It's really nice. And so this is slowly turning into my office. It's also kind of a mess right now because I just don't have time. I don't have time to keep everything perfectly clean. But it's been really interesting. It's been really fun, and we're going to be here for a really long time. So even if it takes a while for us to get fully settled and integrated into this new space, it's going to be all good. I'm pretty contented overall, not with everything. Not everything's perfect, but for the time being, I feel like this is a good spot for me to be in. I am looking forward to trying to ramp up a little bit more of my work on my own books. I think as the holiday season comes up and we have more days off that are just freely given to us, then I might have a little bit more time to invest in my own work. So I'm excited about that. Anyway, I probably should get a move on doing some actual work instead of procrastinating by vlogging. Although you definitely deserve an update, and I couldn't resist kitties. I mean, who wouldn't want to see the kittens? Kitties! Good boy, Copper. Anyway, I forget my sign off. I did remember Swampy Salutations, but b- Boggy Farewell. I gotta figure out something better. How long has it been? Like 2 years that I've been doing this, and I still haven't come up with anything good. So, ta ta for now. Bog for now. Oh my god, that's awful. Okay, goodbye.